Hey Fred, how's that company working out this implementing that new software?
Well, Ed, it's going a little badly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's wrong?
Well, they didn't really have a plan. They didn't have a timeline. And, I recommended that they do it in the fall and winter.
Oh.
And here they are. They pushed the go button right in the middle of the spring.
Yeah, not a good idea.
No. So, this is Head Harvester Fred Haskett from the Mid-Coast.
And this is Head Harvester Ed LaFlamme from the East Coast. And this is a great subject, huh?
Yes. We need to learn how to deal with change. We need to learn how to make change stick in our organizations. Lou Holtz once said, you're either growing or you're dying. And you're either moving forward in your organization or you're moving backwards. So why is change so difficult?
I think that people rather be uncomfortable and not change than change properly. But they don't like to do that. Maybe we can share some ideas with you on how to make a smoother change in your organization.
Now, one of the first things you have to do is create a sense of urgency within your team for the change that you want to implement.
That way everybody will be on board, try to understand, yeah. And
That's right.
of course, we need to try to build, a framework of understanding so that the goals are set before everybody so they understand them. We want to get buy-in. We want to create a vision so they can see what it's supposed to look like when we're done and why it's better. I think that's really key. And you need to communicate this properly among all of the team members. Not only the managers, but everybody all the way down that's going to be affected by this change. That way you'll have a really smooth change with 100% buy-in, and that's really what you need.
Yeah, and you got to get the buy-in because everybody's going to be affected by these changes. Now, another thing you can do is you need to gather the teams together and determine who's going to be part of the change action team. You need to empower them to act. Now, don't try to over-control them or micromanage them. You need to let them execute the plans and the timelines the way that you laid them out. You also need to allow for mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen, especially when you're doing something new and you're making big changes in your structure. Give them the tools to succeed, allow for mistakes, and get the heck out of their way when they're doing it. The last thing you need to do is be in the middle of things trying to ask too many questions and foul up this process if you've established that empowerment.
Good points. And a couple more things would be make sure that you celebrate short-term wins. And because when you do that, it really brings everybody together. And recognize the people that are really helping to make it happen. That's so darn important. So maybe you can share some of those points, huh?
Yeah, it's a critical path item. The thing is, change is the only constant in the universe. Change is all around us. Change is happening all the time. The secret is how do we deal with it? How do we get out ahead of it? How do we make it happen? And you can do that if you have a plan and have everybody focused and you're doing it at the right timeline or the right time of year as well.
So we hope that we've given you some ideas. If you're in the process of making a change in your company, whether it's software or whatever it is, so that you'll have some guidelines on how to do that more effectively. And I think it's all done with a plan, isn't it?
A plan.
It really is. So this is Head Harvester Ed LaFlamme from the East Coast.
And Head Harvester Fred Haskett from the Mid-Coast. So get out there, have a plan so that you can harvest your potential.